How do we begin? Analyzing song intros. Today we are going to be looking at John Hopkins' Immunity. We Disappear is the first track. It's rolling as we speak right now. Let's cook it back to the very beginning. We're going to see what the song's made of. Pretty quiet. Atmospheric. Cars driving by. Moving stuff in a room. Squeak of a door. Pulsing chords. We're already at 20 seconds. Then some hi-hats come in. I'm going to say, really, just atmospherics. Like room ambiance. Car, even? Pulsing chords, hi-hats later. Off to a good start. You already know what this is about now. If you need an explainer, roll it back, look at these albums we already did. You can get the feel for what we're doing here. But track 2, Open Eye Signal. Okay. We're past 10. Got a little thump thump. Fast little heartbeat there. Is that going to be part of the drum? Because if it is... Damn. It's going to be hard to hear if it is. Is it still going there? Or is that part of the bass synth? We're going to have to let this ride for a minute. It's not. Kind of fades away though. It might still be there, but the pulse of the bass and then the kick drum comes in, kind of replaces it, makes it obsolete, as they say, but that gives the rhythm. It's an intro to the rhythm. We want to say anything more about this? Rhythm pulse comes in, foreshadowing drum and bass later. It's all about the later. We're only looking at the first snippets. Breathe this air. Speaking of snippets, here we go. Big ol' fade. Oh, my bad. Hold on. I typed in big ol' fade and then hit enter and it played the next song. Big ol' fade, enter. We might, I don't even know. I don't know. Do we have to expand? Do we need to do like a first 30 seconds for this album? Because hot dog. I'm sensing a theme. But no, for right now, let's keep it a same playing field as all the other albums. Look at Collider here, track 4. Not many tracks on this album either, only 8. So we will have time to go back and review. It's at the drums now. Sticking around for some context. Definitely atmospherics. Little breath. Really nice. This album, just the way things come out of nowhere. Got a herky-jerky little drum going on. Is that the drum just destroyed? think it is. There's not much bass to the kick. But it's the kick in the hat. Wow. Kick and hat are absolutely destroyed. Then we have that big reverb hit, which is why I think no matter what, we're going to keep atmospherics. Yeah, that happens at 8 seconds. You could, you could actually argue that this is only drums and not atmospherics, but it's kind of like the Boards of Canada album. The drums have been mangled to become the atmosphere that this song is born out of. You get those little breaths to introduce that idea coming. It's just, man, really nice. Next one's going to be Abandon Window. Some chords. Nice space and ambience to them, but there is not a second and separate atmospheric element, so we're just going to say that this one's chords. Leave it at that. Next one, Form by Firelight. All right, we have drums, for sure. We have that one chord droning. Nothing's really taken off yet. That chord becomes the progression. There it is. Doesn't move till 13. Sounds just all over the stereo spectrum there. It's real nice. Whew, nice. There's such a light touch to these, while all of the sounds are mangled with distortion. It's so dynamic. Do I want to make a note here? Oh, I'm typing Spotify again. Sick. Chord drones. Progression starts later. Next one's going to be Sun Harmonics. Very quiet. The chords. Ooh. Single chord pulse. And that's, man, these single chord pulses, these pads, they really blur the line between chords and atmospherics. But again, this one I'm going to say is chords. It's a subjective thing. It persists throughout the song. Very quiet overall. Very quiet overall. Might as well type down my words. I'm recording them. I'm saying them. I'm typing them. What else can I do, you know? Print them out. I can hand them to you on paper. All right. One more song. Immunity. like Okay, this is crazy. We're 40 seconds in and it's taking me time to figure these out. This is one where it's chords again on piano, but I'm more inclined to call it atmospherics. If the chords are backwards, that's atmospherics, not chords. That's the rule. I'm kidding, but like, am I? That little 2-note, whatever, keyboard little... I called it an ostinato sample loop. It's a lot of words. It does sound like it's just a loop. You can kind of hear where the cut is, maybe. Jesus, now we're 40 seconds in again. It's not melody. You could say it's distinct and separate and there's single notes from the chords, but because it's more of an ostinato, I'm not going to call it a melody. Man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. They're all, and I hear, I'm going to maybe turn it up a little bit. Yeah, so the first 2 seconds makes me confident to call it atmospherics. Then it's maybe, do you want to put chords in there or not? Maybe we'll look deeper in the song for more context here. But there's some whoosh, some room, some whatever atmosphere. Listen to it, right? First 2 seconds. Here we go. Yeah, something shifts, like a chair in the background, something. Minute and 20 seconds in. Still got the ostinato going. That movement's happening. Still some shuffling. Chords in the left ear, now proper chords. So that makes me not want to put chords in the intro. These chords, not part of the intro. The intro is just atmospherics compared to this, which is still quite ambient. But there's proper chords. Now there's still probably not a melody, but it's distinct what we're hearing in the right ear, the piano notes from the ostinato. A little bit more involved. I think we got it. Finally, some bass comes in here at 2-0, whatever, 4. We'll leave it right there. So let's see. That's it. That's all 8 songs. Time for some review. Zoom in on it for fun. We did not press the blue button or the pink button. No melody, no voice. A lot of atmospherics. Where there were not atmospherics, there were chords, and arguably those chords were atmospheric. So I'd say a theme developed. The drums come much later in the songs if they do arrive at all. Same with the bass. There are some heavier moments on that for sure. In fact, just in case you don't believe me or you're somehow not familiar, right? That's a proper banger right there. But you still have that airiness to it in the background. That's kind of all you have in the intro there. They're slow, not slow burners, but they take time to develop. That's what we see over the course of those songs. Let's compare it now to the quartet. See, this feels like these should be similar. Let's bounce back and forth, scroll up properly. A lot of yellow. The orange here is very specific to the middle of the album. That's always interesting too. I think we've kind of noticed that to some extent. Maybe not. Maybe I made that up. I felt like... Well, here the chords are kind of centered, not in the beginning, not in the end. It's almost like there's kind of warm-ups where the first couple songs, the last couple of songs maybe don't go as hard. I don't know. I don't know. We might have to see more albums. We might have to do some more albums here, some more analyses to really get to the bottom of that particular theory. But I'm just bouncing through these. I know, I'm bouncing all around, but you can always pause it, take a look, see what we see. Of course, the first one, the Aphex Twin, a lot of drums to start off. Nowhere near the same idea here. This one, what's it most similar to, we figure? 3 out of 8 had drums. Only 2 out of 23 had drums on the boards of Canada. This one, a lot of drums. This one, about half. I would almost, like this one, I guess it is the most similar to the Fortet, for sure. For sure. I was going to say maybe this one's in its own category, but honestly, these are pretty similar. This is a longer album by song count, so that kind of spreads it out a little bit more. I think overall, the drum and chord ratio is tighter here, obviously 3-3. Here we have a bit more drums than chords, but overall, they're pretty similar. Pretty good analysis here today on this one. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. I wonder what album we'll explore then. Find out next.